So welcome everyone to the second webinar, Exploring Forest Resilience, an initiative organized by RESONATE and ONEforest projects, both of them funded by the European Commission's H2020 program. And this is an open science initiative to share knowledge and connect researchers within the project, but also beyond. And in each webinar, researchers of both projects will give a pitch focus on the researchers. So my name is Raquel Castan. I'm working on the ONEforest project. And today we have the participation of two researchers. For RESONET, we have Marju Kaivapalu from Czech University of Life Science. And for ONEforest, we have Alessandro Sorze from the University of Trento, Italy. So after each talk, the audience can proceed to ask the speakers questions.
Hi, everybody. As said, I'm Alessandro from the University of Trento. I'm a PhD student. I'm an engineer, and my research activity is part of the ONEforest project, and in particular regards the development of biodegradable materials to promote the plant growth. So about the talk of today, I would like to introduce you a bit my research activity, talking you about an important environmental problem, which is, of course, related with forests. So maybe you probably already know about it. But then I would like to show you the idea to solve this problem, and also the aim of my work. And then at the end, I will show you the results with some practical application, and also at the end, the future of the development. So as said, I'm an engineer. So as you probably know, you told that engineers love math, equations, chemical formulas, tables, and so on. But I would like to make this talk very simple, and I hope not to bore you today. So let's begin with what is a cross-linking reaction of bio-based polysaccharide materials. So any guess? Well, I'm joking, of course. As said, I don't want to make things too much difficult. I would like to make this talk very simple, and I skip all the equation and chemical formula, despite I very love it. So let's begin again with the real talk. Now, what is ONEforest project? So maybe many of you already know ONEforest is an European project, multidisciplinary project that aims at developing technological advancements for the protection and repopulation of forests. And it is multidisciplinary because it involves both engineering activities and also socio-economical activities. So, of course, I'm more interested in the engineering part. Well, just a curiosity about this is that at the beginning, I should not have been part of this project because some months before the beginning of the project, I was about to be hired by a company. And as some days before to be work with this company, one of my professors, that was also my supervisor during my master thesis at the university, phoned me and told me about the possibility to apply for a PhD scholarship. And he told me that this doctorate would be about this ONEforest project. So usually this is a new topic for us in our department. And I was very curious about this. Also because before this, I thought that usually, at least in Italy or in the engineering field, the research is very theoretical and close to the lab. And usually it's difficult to find a real application of your research. But this time I saw the possibility to find, to achieve something also for a very important purpose, which is the forest protection. And so also it is related to one of my dreams that would be to see something in which I've gone to, something in which I invest my time to be applied in a real case study. And so that's why I've accepted this challenge, and that's why I'm here today to talk about my experience and my activity. So about the problem, as already you probably know, and also as said from the previous presentation, forests nowadays are in danger due to climatic changing. In fact, they are destroyed by fires and are affected by weathering, and also by fungi, bacteria, insects. In fact, as you can see from this picture above, this is a picture that I made 1 week ago in the Black Forest in Germany. This is a bark tree, and these white spots here are bark beetle larvae. So bark beetle can enter the bark tree, can detach the bark from the tree, and then can also kill the tree. And then the only possibility is to cut the tree in order to avoid that this insect spread among other trees. So since it is very difficult to prevent this type of damages, it would be important, on the other hand, to try to repopulate very quickly the forest. So to plant new trees in a very quick way. But we also should consider the fact that nowadays the rains are very uncommon. So our idea would be to develop some materials that can support the plant during its growth. In particular, as you can see from this schematization, we would like to develop biodegradable material. In particular, I'm working in my department in the field of plastic and polymers. So our idea is to use the biopolymers that can be mixed with the soil and can absorb the water, as you can see from this figure, from the outdoor environment and maybe during precipitation, then can store the water, and then they slowly release the water during the dry season, so that can be available to the plant to grow. So our aim is also, according to the other project partners, also according to their requirements, is to develop 2 types of products. The task 1 is called the development of topsoil cover, which is, as you can see from this figure on the left, is a sort of mulching film that is placed at the base of a plant, and it should support the plant during its growth by protecting the plant from the growth of other competing weeds, because weed can suffocate the young tree, and also can support the plant during its growth by maybe absorbing water and reducing the water evaporation from the soil. Instead, the second task is to develop a soil conditioner. In this case, is a biodegradable material that, as I already show you in the previous slide, so it's mixed with the soil, absorb the water, store the water, and then release it in time, also to be used by the plant. So after many attempts and studies in our lab, we find a very interesting biopolymer that can satisfy all these requirements and can be used as both as a topsoil cover and both as a soil conditioner. I skip all the part in which I show you the preparation and also the different engineering analysis that we performed to study this material. But now I would like only to show you some practical experiments that we are currently done in our lab, starting from the topsoil cover. So here is reported a practical application of this topsoil cover. In particular, we planted 3 different tomato plants in a garden near our laboratory, and 2 of them planted with the topsoil cover. So as you can see from this video, here it is displayed how the topsoil cover was applied to the plant, and is supposed to protect the plant during its growth. And so this experiment was done mainly to also to make a comparison between the plant with the topsoil cover and the plant without anything, to understand how the topsoil cover behaves with the plant and with the soil. So also you can ask why do you use tomato plants? Well, it's very simple, because tomato plants can usually grow everywhere in each type of soil. And as I said here, and also can grow very easily. And so here the main aim of this experiment was to evaluate the feasibility of this type of material. So then I reported here some of the results after 1 week and after 2 months. You can see that the 2 plants with the topsoil cover grew very flourishing, are more flourishing respect to the plant without anything. So it means that the topsoil cover seems to achieve the requirements, so to support the plant during its growth. Of course, this is not optimized yet, because there are currently some problems with the durability. In fact, it seems that the biodegradability is too fast, but we are working on it. And so these results up to now are very, 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 very important. And now I will show you also another experiment. Instead, for the second task, which is the soil conditioner. In this case, we evaluated the growth of grass. In particular, we prepared different composition of the soil conditioner, changing the ingredients, and we mixed the soil conditioner with a particular soil. And as you can see from this figure, each column stands for a particular composition of soil conditioner plus soil. And in each pot, we planted the same amount of grass seeds, and we evaluate the growth of the plant under controlled condition. You can see from this figure that after 18 days, the grass grew very well for each composition. So this means that the soil conditioner we applied was not poisoning the plants. And the most interesting results instead are here in this figure, because at the center point, we decided to stop the daily water supply, so no more water to the plants. And you can see that some of the plants died after 7 days. Instead, the others survived. And this means that in this case, for this type of composition, the main goal was achieved, because the soil conditioner stored the water and released it slowly, so the plant could survive also in dry conditions. And so for me, this is very, very important and very amazing. So now the next steps, ONEforest is currently working on 4 types of regions that are related to 4 types of forests that are boreal, alpine, Mediterranean, and continental. And we would like to apply our optimized materials to all these type of regions to assess the feasibility of these materials. And also, I'm looking forward to see something that I contribute to develop to be applied in a real case study for such an important purpose, which is the repopulation of the forest. So at the end, this is the team that is currently involved in the ONEforest project of the Polymer and Composite Laboratory of the Department for Industrial Engineering of the University of Trento. These are all the partners of ONEforest. This is the website to take a look at it. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Alessandro.
Thank you.
So, any question? Yes, Marco?
Okay, my question was, first of all, thank you. It was a very nice presentation, and I think, okay, I had some reforestation project in which they were using exactly these methodologies to improve the like resistance and resilience of these little plants. So my question was, maybe you said, but I lost. You are working in like a secondary forest or a managed forest or a natural forest?
In particular, thank you for your question. So my role in the ONEforest project is close to the production of these materials, and there are other partners which accounts for your question. In particular, we have a lot of partners in each type of case study region that I show you. I think that the answer is that they are working on the natural forests. But I personally, I'm not a forest scientist, so I don't know so much maybe the difference or the techniques behind this. So our task is to develop something that can be used for each type of forest, and that can be suitable for all the forest that I showed you before. So I don't know if you have any other specific details maybe tell me which is the difference.
No, okay. Was okay, thank you. You respond me, and also I understood you are more from an engineering
Yeah,
side.
sorry for that.
Because mainly these tools should be reproduce what is the litter is doing around the seedlings, and generally in natural forest the litter should be preserved, and so also the I don't know, also the microbiome in the soil is much richer, and so for this reason I thought was more like make more sense when is a secondary succession than a natural forest action. But
yeah. Of course, I know that we are cooperating with other universities, for example, University of Bolzano, that as soon as we produce our materials, we give our materials to them, and they study the microbiological activities and so on with the soil. So the interesting thing of this project is that we are currently working on parallel roads, but that sometimes crossed, and so we can work in such a cooperation way. So yeah, sorry to not properly answer your question, but
sorry, there is some noise here. No, on the contrary, thank you so much for your work and your presentation.
Thank you.
And yes, you have another question or remark? You are muted.
We cannot.
So funny that it happens like you have 10 meetings per day. Well, not 10, but maybe 5, and then you still forget to unmute yourself. Anyway, thank you very much, Alessandro, for your presentation, which had a lot of information that was new to me. So it was really inspiring. And I was wondering, well, I have 2 questions, actually. I know you're the one who's developing it, but if that would be put into practice, how would it look like? So would this kind of be sold with the plants at the nursery, or like because I can imagine that these type of like that already something like that exists. So you're not kind of starting from scratch. You're just trying to optimize it or use other material. And of course, the fact that it's biodegradable is pretty important, obviously. So how would it work in practice? That's the first question. And the second question is did I understand correctly that you're trying to develop something that could be used for a variety of species, actually? Okay, then please answer as far as you can.
Yeah. So thank you for your questions. For the first question about was about that there is currently there are other type of these products already in the e-commerce. Well, we are trying to develop something that can compete or be better than this type of product, because actually, for sure, there are already these type of materials, but the problem is that not always are biodegradable. And when you enter in the field of biodegradable materials, the cost rise a lot. And we try to make something that is very simple to be produced, that can be reproduced for a lot of trees, and also to try to reduce the cost, because that's the main problem. Also, we are currently trying to design with other partners the possibility to plant very quickly trees. So to design a method to plant a lot of trees in very few time. And then about the question about the how in practice will work. So we are in a first approach. We study the materials from an engineering point of view. So we study the physical properties of this material, because if for example, for the soil conditioner, so the second option, the main requirement is the water holding capacity. So in our lab, we study the water holding capacity. So we study materials that can absorb a lot of water, also 2,000 their weight. So for example, 1 gram of this material can absorb 100 millimeters of water. So first we act in this way. So we do in our lab this type of analysis. Then we try to make some practical experiments, as I show you in the presentation. And then with the other partners, we tried on some fields. So for example, on last March, we have done our first planting trials in Germany, planting 300 new trees, with some of them were planted with, for example, our developed soil conditioner. So, and then after some months, we have some of the results. We have some, how to say, from the results, we can understand how we can optimize the material. So it's like a step-by-step analysis that we are currently done. And of course, if we can't develop a full optimized product, at the end, the aim would be to plant the materials in a nursery, because a nursery, it's simple to plant this type of product, because there are other type of conditions. The biodegradability is less, and so we are working also in this way. And of course, the other question, which was how you can work with different type of trees. Well, that is the main issue of this, because there are 4 different case study regions. So there are different type of trees, and well, that's the main issue that we are currently currently undergoing. So I'm at the second year of my PhD, and we have I think another year and a half for this project, and we are working on try to develop something that can be used for all type of trees. Of course, that's quite difficult, but we are currently on the right road to do that. Otherwise, the one possibility is to develop different materials, so different variation in respect to the tree type.
Thank you very much. That's I really like also the practice oriented approach, and I think it's great that you can test those in those like very different biogeographical areas that are the case study areas of ONEforest. So, but I can imagine it was challenging. That's why I was like asking for the tree species and the adaptability of the material. So thank you very much. It's super interesting, actually. I might follow up. I got, yeah.
I
got
know.
hooked.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, and also if you have already published any scientific paper, please also share with us, and we will share also the papers that you are working on.
Yeah,
both of you, Marco and Alessandro.
I'm currently working on a publication, but it's not published yet. But
okay,
of course, I will tell you.
Okay, as soon as you have it published, we will share also. Okay, so then we will conclude the session, the second webinar. Thank you very much for attending the session and the speakers for the big effort. And congratulations for your work, because it's amazing seeing how we are exploring the forest resilience from your side, and your views and the knowledge that you are sharing. It's quite inspiring, actually, and I hope for the rest of the researchers and peers. So looking forward to seeing you again in the next webinar.
2 months from now.
2 months from now. So we keep in touch and see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.